Unbelievable, this place. They got fabric, just saying.
Only burned down once.
This is the coolest place. Unbelievable. Is it heavy, McKay? You coming home with me? Packed full of parts. This door hasn't been opened in like 8 years. I have no idea where this came from. Look at all this stuff. I'm going through all this stuff and I'm putting it on this here shelf. The Great Wall of Merlin's old school garage. Getting ready for Glamis season. This place looks great. Get in there close. It actually goes in and fits tight. And be ready for Glamis. Beautiful day in Arizona. We're in Phoenix. Phoenix. Look at McKay's haircut. You paid money for that one, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah,
and it was worth it.
I think you got your money's worth out of that one. Check out the graphics on this building. I need somebody to come and paint my wall and graffiti it up. Anyway, we're at H&R Fabrics here in Phoenix. We'll take you inside and show you what we're doing. We're doing a couple things, but we're gonna get fabric from this fabric store. So let's go inside and check it out. Unbelievable, this place. They got fabric, just saying. All right, we've walked around. We've got our samples. We're waiting patiently for somebody to come and cut them. McKay says he's coming back. He's got some chopping to do here.
Projects that could be handled through this place.
H&R Fabrics, 35th Avenue, Phoenix. The history on this fabric place here.
We've been here since 1965. So the same building. Only burned down once. In the early 70s.
Early 70s, it did burn down and you rebuilt?
Like yep. Rebuilt, bought the bar next door, tore it down, made a parking lot.
Nice.
The same family, same place. Forever. It looks pretty much exactly the same as it did when I was.
So I've been coming here about 15 years now.
Yeah.
And we come from Lake Havasu, so I make a list and
make a list and come down like
pick it
once
out.
a quarter or something.
That's right, and get my fabric. So very cool.
Yeah, we've been here with the same family, same. We're on the 4th generation of this now, I think.
That's awesome.
Something like that sucking me back in.
Well, we got our threads, literally, and we are headed up to pick up Model T parts. Kind of crazy. I drove all the way to Phoenix for Model T parts when I was just down in Long Beach to get rid of Model T parts. Anyway, we'll take you along, cruising around Phoenix. Okay, we're here to probably the coolest place, next to the Cloud Museum. This is the coolest place. So check this place out, guys. Look at this. Wheels. Model A wheels. Look at this. Model A. Oh, doors. You need a door? How about a door? How about, I mean, look at the old parts here. Throttle linkage? Do you need a throttle linkage? You need a throttle linkage. Unbelievable. That's a Roadster there, isn't it? Mm-hmm. No, it's a sport coupe. What is that? Is that a bus? No. Maybe it's an RV. Fenders. Okay, I'm lost. Where did he say to go, McKay?
There was a bin covering up the vise.
A bin covering up the vise. We've got to that. Look at all the rear ends. Do you need how about a wishbone? How about a wishbone? Look at this. Look at the wishy bones. Look at the wishy bones. Oh my gosh. I'm lost. What were we doing here today, McKay? What was our thing here today again?
Ruxtal.
Oh, that's right, a Ruxtal. We're trying to find an overdrive for my Model A. Oh, we're getting warmer. Ooh, that's cool. It's got a brass shifter housing. It's an early one. Oh, 9-inch brake. Yeah, she's locked up. She's locked up. But hey, that right there, my friends, that's what it's all about right there. Well, we've got it. Is it heavy, McKay?
A little bit.
Well, let's move faster. We'll just run down through here with it. It's like getting heavy. Anyway, we're going to take it apart a little bit so we can put it in the back of the truck. And then we got some more shopping to do. and we'll show you around.
I'll be home this afternoon. I'll be at work. Hey, he'll be at work.
No, I'll have to go get my own flashlight.
Yeah, I want you to buy my car. I'm going to buy my car.
Look at this Model A tug. Back here with the chickens. Got half a Model A on the garage. Do you find the Model A parts you need?
I think so.
Okay, because if you didn't, you need to quit looking.
Yeah, this guy doesn't have it.
So how many years you been collecting back here?
Officially 1998. Unofficially since the 80s.
And your dad started all this?
No, me.
Just you?
Well, he's had Model A's since I was a kid, but the parts business and stuff has always been mine. But he's the landlord, so he gets to have his goats and his animals and watch out for the billy goat.
Yeah, goats and animals. And horses.
Yeah.
And tractors.
Yeah. Well, you need a small one to take home with you. We can
No.
take home with 2 little ones.
No, we don't need no
There's
goats.
some more keys for you.
Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh.
We're getting breakfast.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at them little cute goats. All right, you coming home with me, bud? You coming home with me?
Don't let her out.
That's funny.
There you go. You get one too.
That's all we don't need is a
You
goat.
go somewhere to buy car parts and you have to pet a goat.
You guys, when were these born?
2 weeks. No, a week. A week.
That's funny.
Little goat.
Mama, see, she's a good
Yeah,
mama.
mama's wanting the babies back. Give me my babies back. Give me my babies.
And one of them stinks pretty good too.
Yep. Love it.
Unfortunately, they're both billy goats, so they'll be tacos.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll eat them later.
And well, we're heading to that building. This is my dad's organization, so it's a mess. So you gotta watch your step and your head. So be careful. I'll shine the light here for you. Well, I will give you the tour while we're here. So this is a convertible sedan of my father's.
Oh wow. John Deere.
Yeah, it's a show tractor. It's just Justin. He's moved it here recently, and now we can't get through.
What is that oval tank to?
Model T Speedster or Model A Speedster. Dad's got the whole kit here.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Together. Yeah. There's a Vicky.
Oh yeah, rare
Another convertible sedan.
rare cars.
29 station wagon. And then this is some stuff we pull behind the tractor and go to the tractor show. Have all
Oh
that
yeah,
in.
got all the hit miss motors and
Old pickup, old fire chief's coupe from back east. And there's a sports coupe and
That's
pickup
legit.
and a couple chassis. Nothing
that's pretty cool right there.
too exciting. That's Tucson.
Tucson, is that where that came from?
Yep, Grant Curtis was the distributor down there.
Yeah, what's the story on this one?
We bought it from the wife. The guy had Alzheimer's, and we didn't get any history on it other than it came from back east. It was restored in the 60s, but it was already deteriorated to this point. So it needs to be,
It just
pulled
needs
apart and done again, or
it
be
just needs to
sanded.
be washed off and driven.
Yeah, it drove when we got it. We bought it to drive it. Unfortunately, the guy had Alzheimer's. He took it for a drive, backed it in the driveway, in the garage, turned the key off, and that was the last time he ever went in it again. And it just sat. And then the
Wow.
engine was locked up. So it had a different engine in it, but when we bought it, the original engine was under the workbench. So all we did was just cleaned it up enough.
Cleaned it up and put it
Just
back
stuck
in?
It back in. So at least it's back original now. Yeah, I had an overhead valve conversion on a B-block.
Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, you know what's coming. You know what's coming.
I think they're starving. There you go. Back up. Come on. You want to close the gate? So we got tractors that way, and
Obviously, Dad's a John Deere fan, huh?
actually a good friend of ours.
That is really cool.
More than half of those belong to other people.
That's awesome.
The red ones are mine, except for one is my dad's. And then one John Deere's mine, and one John Deere belongs to another guy in our car club, and then all the rest belong to another guy. But there's a little bit of stuff out here. And then there's a tanker truck that came out of Deming, New Mexico, a 29-panel truck that we flat packed, came out of LA, 24T fire truck came out of Turton, South Dakota, early 28 express truck with the Ford script cab in the back, 28 grain truck out of Kansas, a couple Gordon Smith air compressor conversions built in the mid-30s, 31 dump truck, another 31 dump truck, two of my father's farm haul tractors, another 2 dump trucks, and there's a AA with the tandem axle on it, which is pretty uncommon.
Are these dump trucks both mechanical, or do any of them have?
Those are both hydraulics. Those are Woods
Those are
hydraulics.
both Woods.
Yeah,
I had an old mechanical. I forget what it was, but I had a Woods hydraulic 3031 that I sold.
Yep, that was probably the best dump bed they made.
You know, honestly, I was trying to get the truck running, and I didn't realize the lever was pulled, and the dump still worked.
Yeah.
Like it was going up as I was cranking the
And
engine.
there's a third one, and then the one on top is a 2829 gravity dump bed going to
Oh, yeah.
9 AA, so it's slightly smaller because it didn't have near the capacity.
Yeah, those were exciting, huh? You just pulled the lever and away it went.
Another tow crane for a tow truck, and there's the tandem axle.
Oh wow, look at that tandem. That's a factory tandem deal, huh? I've never actually seen one of those. So this is a factory tandem. Wow, that's cool. That's a cool truck right there.
Now, there's something you've probably never seen.
Is that a concrete mixer?
It is.
That is
And
cool.
it runs.
That is cool.
Fire up that engine, put the lever engaged, the thing will turn and turn and turn. When we first bought it, we had it sitting over there, and it rained, and the awning of the roof filled the thing with water. My dad says, "You're gonna have to bail that out." I said, "I'm not gonna bail it out." Fired it up, got it running, flipped the lever, and out the water came, just like concrete. Came out of Colorado.
Wow.
You have to explain to everybody it's a cement mixer, not a cement carrier.
Right.
It was designed to make the cement on site, not to
travel with it.
bring it to you already made like today.
Yeah, so you take this thing on the job site and it just runs all day.
Yep.
It's got powder and rock going in one side and concrete coming out the other.
Yep.
So it actually doesn't reverse. You literally fill, boom, boom, boom. That's
Right.
interesting. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'd have to say that's the first old mixer like that I've seen.
And just some carcasses. We get wind here once in a while too, because the wind blew that off of there.
Oh, it was up on here?
Yeah.
Oops.
I came out one day, I said, "Oh, horses didn't pull that off." As the Roadster, I'm slowly getting the parts to complete it. But neat thing about this, motor and frame and the title all match. Still. But yet it had been made into
cool.
a truck at some point. So
Homesteader
yeah,
deal.
so I found one quarter panel so far. I got to find one more quarter panel, and I got all the rest collected up to put it back to a good Roadster, and then it'll be somebody else's.
Yeah, somebody can put it together and
Won't be me. But this one unfortunately got knocked there. But I got the deck lids and the deck lid and the doors to match the patina. Not
Yeah,
that I'm gonna
that's-
leave it patina.
that's not too
And-
hard to straighten
Yeah,
though.
good metal man. You can take that out, but I'm not a good metal. But this will be my one and only hot rod someday, maybe.
Yeah,
But
that's
I want to
cool.
put a flathead.
Yeah,
But I want full fender paint. I don't
Yeah.
want nothing. I've got the engine for it and all that stuff. That's the makings of a early. I forgot the name of it. It's got a title and everything. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to an English buddy. He was going to buy it, take it back to England, and he decided it was going to be too much trouble. So
Yeah, that's an interesting
it's not an Essex. Overland.
Overland.
Early Overland. So what he was going to do is he was going to put a Model A rear end in it.
Okay.
Put a Model A engine, Model A power it,
That way he could import
Because
it.
I think he's got it's got a clear Arizona title with an for whatever overland.
Interesting.
And he was going to make a hood to go from the shell to the cow, and send it in that way. That's a factory-built little tractor conversion.
Oh yeah.
Made by, I forget the name now. It's funny, I don't remember getting this name. Oh, this is my dad. It's a Worthington.
Worthington tractor.
Yep, see there?
Yeah.
Which I think is the predecessor to Toro, which of course is still in business.
It says lawn tractor.
Yeah, but I guess they were designed to pull like gang mowers, like on golf courses and
Right.
parks and stuff like that. But it was set up, as you can see, it's factory made. It's not homemade.
Oh yeah.
They nicely folded the frame rails over to finish it off and
Riveted.
put the pivot in, so it was more like a tractor. And
Yeah.
it's just
Took the suspension out so that it's more like a tractor.
exactly.
Model T.
Yeah, and then here's a factory-built tractor, built with Model A components and AA components. And this was called a Prescott tractor, built in Seattle, Washington.
Actually got a worm drive in it.
It's a 2829 AA worm driver in. It's got a Model A engine, Model A. It's all factory-built.
You can climb the side of a mountain. What is this
That's some
contraption?
homemade,
This contraption here.
homemade thing.
You need to trade him that real bad.
It's got hot rod wheels on it.
Yeah. But you got to be paying attention when you're driving it because it's tiller steering
Yeah.
and it's opposite. When you turn,
It's backwards.
when you turn, it goes the other way. It's exciting.
Oh my
to drive.
gosh.
But it is a Model A transmission.
Yeah, I see that. They've got a pulley up on the front here and they're
Yeah.
just
He was driving it around over there.
Gas.
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Well, we need air or no?
There's panel truck, all flat pack right there, 2029.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that goes together like nothing. Ooh, this is a cherry old Model T bed.
Yeah.
Cherry.
It's a real early one because it's got the wood
Yeah.
sills.
Don't have the fender radius or none of it.
Yeah. And this load here is going to England.
Nice.
That's going to England. New
So-
chassis.
So these guys come over from England and
Yeah,
pick
we got
out
a
a pile and
We
then
got a couple guys that come over. They're snowbirds. They come over.
yeah, and then they spend the time importing
Yep.
the stuff and then
And that's another home-built tractor, but built with a set of plans and a kit that was available out of Popular Mechanics or Popular Science in the 30s. They told you to go to the junkyard and buy certain parts, and then you could buy a builder's kit, which was the motor mount, the gear reduction box, and the hand throttle, and a set of plans, and you made yourself a tractor.
that's amazing. Yeah, that's a
So that's a big old 2029 AA rear end that they cut down.
yeah, the AA worm drives.
Yeah, very slow.
Same as a Fordson tractor. And you can't push them.
Right.
They don't turn.
But see, nice thing, you can see they engineered all the linkage. You can see I could very easily raise and lower the blade.
Wow, that's cool.
They figured out the
Yeah, the geometry. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And that blade's heavy.
Yep. And of course, there's the Skid Row, as we call it over there.
Yeah, I love that. You said look at the trailer park. It's full of Model A's.
Yeah, when you leave here, drive over there and drive.
I will.
35 Model A's and T's over there. If you don't count 35, you miss something.
That's interesting.
It's like there's a 4-door in there.
Yeah, I see that.
Pickup
And then
over there.
there's on the other side of the house, there's a couple more.
Yeah, and then the Pontiac's destined for the.
It's the old LD Anderson Power Wagon, huh?
Cool. I can drive that.
42. Where's that chicken going? So we're sitting here looking in the shop. They got this wire wheel here. Looks like it's caught something. It's kind of warbly. But anyway, this thing is just packed full of parts. But check this car out. Right-hand drive Model A. And I have to say, it's the first right-hand drive. I knew they made them, but we don't see them in this country. Okay, so I snuck in, got a piece of candy at the front counter. Now I'm deep in the back. Look at these old Ford Genuine signs. Back here, new parts. You can call this place, and they literally will ship it out to you. Gaskets, everything you need to rebuild your Model A and some Model T parts. Well, it's another beautiful day in Havasu, and I'm about to tackle a job. This door hasn't been opened in like 8 years, and I have no idea what I'm going to find inside. So let's just get started together. Oh my gosh, what are you doing there? How did you get into this garage? Through all of this garbage. Piles and piles of garbage. Anyway, there's a car buried in here, guys. And we're going to attempt to dig it out today. Are you going to help me, Ren? No?
No, we both have the stomach flu.
Yikes. Well, that was a feat just to get over here and unlock the door. Now I gotta... Yeah, there's been a rodent or a cat or something living in here. I think the cat's been sleeping in the trunk of the car or something. Maybe comes through that open door at night and hides out from the coyotes. Anyway, I want to try to dig this car out and show it to you guys. It's a hot rod I built many, many years ago. It's never been seen on my channel. A few people know about it, but pretty cool little Model A coupe. Well, this is starting to feel like an episode of American Pickers and Hoarders. And I feel like the picker on my own stuff. I am finding so many cool things. Check this out. This thing hasn't been out in a while. This is a 1954 wheel horse. My grandpa Johnson used to own that. And I found this globe out here. See if we can get some stuff off of it. I have no idea where this came from, but look at that. Mobile gas. So I think I'll get that put up in the shop. That's been in that box way too long, but we've got a path here now. We've got a path into the car. I can kind of peel this cover back and show you my old hot rod. This old hot rod's a fun little deal here. Whoo, she's dusty. Got a little bit of gas running down the side of the blower. It needs to be polished up, cleaned up. But we're gonna air up some tires, and then we're gonna roll it back, and then we'll clean on it a little bit and get it fired up. It usually starts right up. I keep aviation fuel in it, and every once in a while I just, come in here and fire it up, run it for a second. But it needs tires. There's her bald. I used to drive it quite a bit. Been a long time. I don't know why I parked it, but it was running when I parked it. So hopefully it'll start. Okay, we got air in the tires. It's time to see if this thing will fire up. There's dusty. Dusty. The seat is dusty. Everything is dusty. Okay. Let's see. Probably ought to get a foot on the brake. That way I can pull it into gear. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, the brakes don't feel bad. Got a fuel pump. Up a little. Well, it was idling. Hardly get to the idle. Maybe this one's easier. No, that one's not easy either. There we go. Now we got some idle. One way to blow the leaves out of the garage. I'm gonna unhook the battery charger and back that thing out. Gassing out in there. Desiree will be out here screaming in a minute because it'll gas out the house. Smells like fruit punch, just saying. Getting the light of day. Look at the cork falling down. I'm gonna have to fix that. Another beautiful day in Havasu. I got a mess going on here, guys. Let me show you what I got going. Look at all this stuff. Oh, yeah, and as I was digging, I found my oldest engine. I don't even know what year it is. Early 1900s. It's a headless Z engine. 1.5 horsepower. We'll get that running later. But anyway, found my injector tester. That's an oldie too. I got engines out here. I got boxes of garbage I'm going through. I got containers of stuff I'm going through. Like, this has destroyed my shop. All because I needed to get my bender out. Found myself another lucky horseshoe. Aluminum race horseshoe. I like race horseshoes. Anyway, I'm going through all this stuff and I'm putting it on this here shelf. So we're going up. We're going up. McKay always says, I've just been waiting for the call. I'm like, what call's that? And he's like, I'm under something. Come help me. So the only way to be under something is to go up. So when this gets too packed and it tips over, I will be under it. And then McKay will get his wish or his dream call of, hey, I'm under something. Come help me. Come get me out of here. Anyway, we'll get moving on this. Okay, I'm going on 20 hours on this deal. It's about 8 o'clock at night, and I've got my Volkswagen pile, the front brakes there. I'm getting through that. Still, I've got some little pieces here, three-wheeler motorcycle stuff there. This is looking good though. Look at that shelf. The Great Wall of Merlin's old school garage. Anyway, most of that there's trash. I got some brakes and things to clean up over here, and then we'll be back open for business here at the old school garage. Well, it's like day 50 of the cleanup in the garage, and it's looking good. Got a lot of room. I still got some junk to go through, but very little. But it is time to start getting ready for Glamis season. It's in full effect. I usually wait until it's like about mid-season before I start getting my cars ready, because that's my motivation. Anyway, this car has way too much end play in the crankshaft, and it's leaking oil. The crank moving back and forth has caused the remain seal to leak. So we're going to strip this motor down, split the case, and see what's going on. Probably have to have it line bored, but we're going to repair it because it's a good motor. It's a Gene Berg motor. It's ported. It's worth saving. So let's just dive right into it.
This place looks great.
You don't recognize
Holy
it,
mackerel. We could have a skating rink in here.
huh? I don't know about that. We do have more room. So I got all the tins stripped off. Jimmy showed up just in time. I mean, he has no idea. His timing is impeccable. We're going to get the engine off on the engine stand and get it tore apart. Alrighty, we got this thing apart. Let me show you what we found here. So this is the bearing, okay, and as you can see how much it moves there. They're in there close. The thrust on this side, usually I do a machine in, so I don't specifically cut the case for a size. I cut the bearing to fit the case. It looks like somebody did that here and they cut the bearing too much, so the bearing was just slopping back and forth. It was slopping back and forth so much the flywheel was rubbing on the back of the case. So when you step in on the clutch, that's actually rubbing there. So I'm going to evaluate the case. I'm going to see what size we got. I think the crank is standard. It looks really good. And then we're going to take a really good look at this and make sure this bearing will fit tight enough in the case. And I'll probably do some creative chamfering on the oil galley, because the oil galleys on these, if you notice, they aren't like in the center of the bearing, so you got to kind of chamfer the bearing and chamfer them over so the oil will flow. But we're going to do all that and relieve it and trick all that out, and then we're going to put a new set of bearings in it, plain and simple. But we'll machine that main bearing. I'll show you. It will fit super tight. That rear main will be snug as a bug. Okay, I figured out what the deal is here. Obviously, this bearing on the left, they've way over machined the shoulder off of it. And you can kind of see where they did it. See how thick that edge is right there? So this is, I believe, a 1 millimeter bearing, 1 millimeter oversized thrust. And when I bring it over here and I set it in the engine, it actually goes in and fits tight. There's no slop in it. It fits really snug. So now all I got to do is chamfer my oil holes, do my cleanup on my case. I'm going to put all these bearings on. I've got to pull the gear off the front on the crank and basically put all the main bearings. But yeah, I had all these main bearings here, and there just happened to be a winter box here that has the correct bearings. So we're gonna clean that up and pull that gear off, get the front bearings replaced, and we'll steam the engine out, and then we'll do a fit on the rear main bearing, make sure it's perfect. And then I need to put cam bearings in it. The cam bearings are bad. I don't think I have those, but I'll pick them up, and then we'll put new cam bearings because I don't like the thrust. It's the crank walking back and forth made the thrust loose on the cam. So we'll put cam bearings in it. We'll reseal that case, get it back together, and be ready for Glamis. And I just want to remind you guys, February 22nd, Saturday, 9 a.m., End of Bison. Put up a flyer on the old YouTube here. Join us for the sheriff cleanup. Bring your side-by-side, your four-wheel drive pickup, your Jeep, whatever. Bring your friends, bring your family. Let's clean this desert up around Havasu. Also, we're getting dune buggies ready to go to the old school roundup, March 1st. Brad, my cousin Brant, some people from Utah, California. It's going to be a good time. There'll probably be about 500 of these old school buggies there, and raffles and prizes and all kinds of stuff. So check it out on Facebook. Post the flyer. I'll see you guys there.